My name is Jorge Marin. I was born in Venezuela, and as you know, President Chavez passed away recently. Hugo was the second of 6 brothers and sisters. He was so poor that his family couldn't afford to buy him shoes. President Chavez remembers he had no toys as a boy and said that he made do by playing with his brother Adam, imaginary games using imaginary toys. Imagine that.
¡Viva Chávez! Los que mueren por la vida no pueden llamarse muertos. Y a partir de este momento es prohibido llorarlos.
My heart has been very heavy, reflecting on the passage of 10 years since the invasion of Iraq. So many of us here in this room spent so much of this decade mobilizing to end that occupation and expose the ways our reckless wars abroad are linked to escalating injustice here at home. I want us to remember, in this moment, the nearly 5,000 US troops killed in Iraq, and the 3,000 killed in Afghanistan, and the many hundreds of thousands, potentially millions more, Iraqi, Afghan, and Pakistani civilians who've died.
Now when I hear revolution, some of y'all talk a good game. It ain't just fashion statements or stating comrades' names. It ain't just busting yaks. It ain't just blasting raps like the police next to the van where the cop is at. Naysayers will hate. Say it's an insane vision. Long as I can dream, I can conceive it into existence.
I have been since the mid-'80s a member of an organization called the Disabled People's Liberation Front. And the core was about disability rights, but it was also about all of the other social movements.
And he said, you know, back in the day, the women would bring their babies and carry them with their right hand and put their left fist in the ear. Holler back! I got your back! Holler back! I got your back!
And I would hope people would take some time to think about the difference between the justice that happens in our courtrooms and poetic justice and justice and truth that is universal for all people.
So the Boston Occupier is a small group of writers and organizers who do our work pro bono. And we go to E5 and we drop off bundles, and a few hundred, and we just know that people will take those occupiers.
So the story begins with an action we did back in 2009. The guy you see on screen, Sanchez de Lozada, but during his administration, he massacred at least 60 people during what were called the gas wars in Bolivia. The group that was operating out of E5 that first noticed this were the Boston Bolivarianos, who Jorge Marin represents and helped organize.
Encuentro Cinco has kept us connected. And so that's why this space is so incredibly important as a movement building space.
An anonymous donor has committed to $100 a month for this year. The main reason I would like to support E5 is that E5 brings people together. It's a place where people gain a new political awareness.
Que se encarcela mi pueblo, me tabala, que el cuerpo y no
Me tabala.